All right, everybody. We got the prime slot of the day here for you to bring us home, right? Is that the...
You guys are hardcore sticking around.
Thank you for that dedication. Yeah, all right. Yeah, there you go. All right. Stand up in your seat for a second. Shake out your arms. Just get it all out. That way you'll stay awake for the next 15 minutes for us, right? Okay. All right. So... sorry Snoop Dogg couldn't join us this year, but maybe a future one, right? So that was good. But I always like to emphasize our purpose is to help 1 billion people find the right job. What does that mean? That means you're 150% happier in your life. So any of the customers that are still here with us, thank you so much for advancing us and being so passionate and adopting the product and moving us more toward our mission of helping 100 billion people be 150% happier in their daily lives, and so that's what we're trying to do is get them the right jobs. So with that said, I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing as a company to help make the world a better place out there. And so just our Phenom Cares initiative is our corporate responsibility, and what we're doing, one of our core values here at Phenom is responsibility, and some of the ways that we're doing that. Since COVID hit, we've been able to donate over $500,000 globally by Phenom itself and matching with our employees with that along the way, impacting 50,000 lives, right? So with that said, some of the ways that we've been able to do that is our global COVID relief effort. And so when COVID hit, we had a bunch of customers that were in the hospitality industry that basically were doing furloughs, but then we had food service and healthcare that were hiring like crazy. So we created a site aligned with our mission called help1billion.com to take people that were furloughed or laid off and matching them up with customers that were hiring in high volume. And so we were able to do that in the US with help1billion.com. We then converted that site to swasa.com in India. It means breathe in India. And we were able to turn that site into offering ambulatory funeral services, doctor services, vaccines, things that India was not able to access at that time. And so we were able to use our technology and resources to help bridge that gap when COVID really hit. So we made local donations to restaurants and small businesses that were hurting in all the different regions we operate in, from India, Israel, Europe, and the US, of course. And so we had a vaccination clinic in our office in India. We were able to vaccinate over 240 employees and their families in India when that would not have been accessible otherwise. And so home and healthcare services, again, in the areas that we currently operate in. So that was our global COVID relief effort. Super proud of everybody who participated in it, and really we offered a lot of relief to a lot of people in a lot of places where we operate. So the next charity that I want to bring up to talk about, I'm going to let Cliff take this off here and tell us about the Kyle's Wish Foundation.
So we'll try to get through this without crying. So my foundation, Kyle's Wish Foundation, was born out of the loss of my son, my 26-year-old son. In June of 2020, June 3rd to be exact, he died of a drug overdose. And he was literally my hero. This is a young man that had a pretty rough life. He had cancer when he was younger. I was a single father. He didn't have a really great relationship with his mom. Was diagnosed bipolar, and then began to self-medicate through high school and really, really struggled. He was doing very, very well for the year prior to his death. He was sober, he had a job, he was becoming independent, and then COVID hit. And so this is not a statement of anything other than it affected a lot of vulnerable communities, and my son was one of them. But what happened after that was really amazing. The entire company rallied around me, and they raised a significant amount of money with the matching donation coming from Brad and Mahi and Hari, which was an incredible amount of money. It allowed us to start this foundation. I've been a pilot for a number of years, and we had the idea to create the country and what we now know is actually the world's first air service dedicated to the mental health community. And our service does three things. The first is that we will bring someone into treatment from anywhere on the East Coast for free to where they need to get treatment. The second, and it's actually the more popular thing that we do, is to bring their family into treatment for visitation. Many people know this, and I talk about this quite a lot. I am a recovering alcoholic, so I understand the importance of having your family come to recovery. It's a part of building that community of strength. And so this service during COVID, while the loss of my son was tragic, something great came out of it, because it is a service that was heavily used during the pandemic, because a lot of people could not use commercial flights because they wouldn't be allowed to visit their loved one if we couldn't prove that they weren't isolated. So we were able to do that because we have a private small aircraft. The third part of our service that Phenom helped fund was what we call self-discovery. The self-discovery service is a really great program. We work with sober living communities, and we visit them, talk to a lot of the young people there that are in treatment, and then we bring them to the airport. And we do a day of aviation. We have speakers come out, a lot of them pilots that are in recovery themselves, and our airport manager, the airport that we're located out of, is somebody who had a very rough life, spent years in prison as a young person, was a drug addict, worked his way up, and now he's managing the airport, which is a very significant job and a lot of responsibility. So we bring these young people in to show them a better way, because what we found in addiction and mental health and in recovery is that we don't want to have Groundhog Day. So give them a new experience. And then when we explain all of that and have really great discussions in group sessions, then we take them flying. And we show them what it's really like to look at the world from 10,000 feet versus at ground level. So this is something that we have worked hard on. Phenom has helped fund it. They continue to help fund this program. And because of that, with Phenom Cares, we're able to extend our reach. And now we actually have 4 pilots, 3 planes, with an idea that at some point we're going to expand nationwide as we continue to grow this service. We, to date, I don't have the exact numbers, because Brad just, by the way, grabbed me and said, come talk about Kyle's Fish. But as of the month of January, so we'll be up and running for almost 2 years at that point, we've done close to 200 flights. So really proud of that fact, and really proud of what the company's helped us do. So thank you for letting me share that. And by the way, if you'd like to find out more, go to kyleswish.com. Shameless, unshameless.
Yeah, please. And make a donation there too, please. Absolutely. And so thank you, Cliff, for your vulnerability. Thank you for turning such a negative thing into a positive. It takes a very special type of person to do that. So thank you for being you and all that you do. It's amazing. Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you.
Woo! All right, so how do I follow that, right? So we talk about our birthday donations here, and so in the US and Europe, we give $25 to our employees to donate to a charity of their choice, and these are the 3 top charities that have emerged. We like animals and children, apparently, in this company, so we're doing our part to make sure that we take care of them the best we can. Over about $20,000 has been donated through these birthday charity donations, again, to these 3 main charities that you can see up there on the screen. So, in addition to that, we definitely do some stuff in India as far as the NIEPID, which is a school dedicated to children with autism. And so Mahi was over there and was able to present with the Indian government, actually, also, and do a presentation, as well as a lake rejuvenation project that we're doing over there. Everybody was told that it was impossible, it couldn't be done. It's actually in Hyderabad. They were getting no water down there to a certain source, and we were actually able to engineer it. We're $91,000 and progress on the way there, and so we will let you know when the water is officially flowing in India, but spreading this across the globe, not just in the US, as far as making sure we support all the areas that we operate in. And then finally is the Art of Living Foundation, which is led by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, who has positively impacted over 500 million lives across the world. He's been brought into world peace negotiations. He's interacted with presidents of other countries, gang members, prisons, and really is able to turn around a lot of negatives into a positive. We are fully aligned with, and they have a campus down in Boone where we've gone and done meditation retreats, and they do this through world peace, through meditation, and really making the world a better place through peace. They will be having a world festival in Washington, D.C. We'll share more information with. But in the past, they've done this, and they've gotten over 3 million people to come to this event. So the global impact of this organization, very aligned with our values as a company and what we're trying to do, as well as our mission. And so Art of Living Foundation is definitely another one that we support both financially as well as with our time. And as you can see there, we actually had a fundraiser at our office where Sri Sri came to our office. And just for context, people wait 10 to 12, 14 hours to shake this guy's hand. And we were actually able to have him in the office. So it was a really special event. And the fact that we're able to interact that closely with him is a true privilege and an honor. And we're glad to support him because it is aligned with our values as well. So with that in mind and that said, we're going to end with making people 150% happier in their lives, trying 1 billion people to get the right job. Thank you so much for everybody that's been here and moved us toward that mission and purpose. And get out of here and go enjoy and relax those legs and mouths because it's been a long conference. Thanks for coming, everybody. We appreciate it.